Hi, it's Deanne Munoz, and welcome back to another Unleash Your Sexy podcast. And the crowd goes wild. Okay, I have a special guest today. We have the one and only Miss M-I-S-S. Until there's a ring on it. Wait. Put a ring on it. Put a ring on the finger. What's it called?
No ring on this finger.
Put a ring on it. Put a ring on it. Shit.
We call it a Deanne today.
Deanne. Okay, so we are discussing today red flags on a first date.
Yeah, the no-nos.
Yes. Okay, so this is a fun topic, men and ladies, that we love to talk about everything that we dislike and hate that men do. Or it can even be women as well.
Too,
yeah. Okay, so you go. Keep it to me, woman. What for you is legit red flags on a first date that like you're literally like, A, I want to punch you in the face, B, I'm about to walk out, or C, yeah, there is no C. I think it's either one or the other, right?
Well, just
wait. Why do I even want to resort to violence? Was that even an option?
It's like what you see. Like I feel like the first thing that comes to mind, like without like even like thinking about it, is like when they talk about their exes.
Oh,
That's the first thing I thought about when you asked that question, and we were talking about what our topic was going to be for this podcast, and she's like, I don't know, we're just going to flow with it. I'm like, all right, so you legit just asked that with like a gag reflex, which I don't really have one. Besides,
and the crowd goes wild.
So the first thing
you're gonna have your DMs gonna be blown up after this because you have no gag reflex.
Tommy, I don't have a ring on my finger. I said finger. Maybe I want two rings. Maybe I want options. You never know. So the first thing I thought about when you asked that, I was like, have you guys ever been on a date and it's like, no, like stop talking about your ex. So, have you been single? Yeah. Like, oh, my fucking bitch ass ex. You're like, tough crowd. Like, okay. Like, tough crowd. This guy, he's a really nice guy. He definitely doesn't have anger issues. Like he's probably definitely
right, or definitely. I think it's a huge one. Like, there's nothing more irritating. First of all, the fact that you're bringing up your ex lets me already know I'm gonna have ex-girlfriend problems, drama.
Yeah,
she's gonna be in my DMs as soon as she finds out we're dating.
You're like, we're 5
She's
minutes
gonna be
into
blowing
this.
up our phone. She's gonna show up at your house. You know what I mean? Like, it's already guaranteed. You know, like I'm ready. Like I already know. And every single person I've ever dated, ex-girlfriend or baby mama, has hit me up. Even if they were broken up for a long period of time, I'm like, you're not even with them. And
I just start liking your photos.
Oh, it wasn't even a recent breakup. Like, why are you in my DMs, woman? And in my head, I'm thinking, like, you're obviously not that smart. I'm thinking that. Like,
it's kind of sad.
Dear ladies who dated anyone I've been with, is like, I'm thinking you're not even that smart, because as a woman, I would never allow any other woman to think that I was bothered by them.
Right.
Like, you're not going to find me in anyone's DMs. You're not going to find me stressing a motherfucker. You ain't going to see me operating from any kind of fear or low vibrational frequency. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what happens between me and my ex. I love everyone unconditionally, and I wish nothing but happiness to them. So whoever they're with, I'm happy for you. Let you be happy.
I disagree.
Move forward. Do your own thing. Like, but I'm saying, like, I'm not going to be in someone's DMs.
I'm just going to bitch to my girlfriends and cry about it and talk shit about the bitch behind her back, but like not hit her up.
No, wait. That's what I'm
coming from a different angle about it. Like, I would never hit a bitch up. I'd be like,
no, that's what I'm saying.
I'm like, I'm fine. Like, I'm happy my girlfriend's out tonight. Yeah. Like, we're chilling. Like,
that's exactly what I'm saying.
As soon as I log off Instagram, I'd be like, I can't believe he's fucking taking that bitch.
Oh,
like,
no,
there's two angles.
Wouldn't be bothered.
But there's two angles to it, though.
No, but I see that. But no,
I definitely would not hit up a bitch.
But the first angle is,
if I was bothered, I would just
do not be that girl that's hitting up your ex's.
Yeah, that's
new girl, or even someone he's just talking to or hanging out with or smashing, because it legit.
You're just motivating that bitch.
Yeah, no, it's just like I just think in my head, like, why would you even be that weak bitch? Why would you operate from such a low frequency of, I'm already seeing, like, okay, you're already insecure. I already know why he left you. At the end of the day, like, there's obviously, like, I'm at a higher vibrational frequency. where I'm already operating from self-confidence, from self-love, from like abundance of love. I'm flowing and ebbing with love.
Everybody's flowing with self-love, babe.
And then we have this person in my DM that's like, why are you doing this with my man? And I'm just like,
it's the Dixon.
No, I'm legit like, honey. Like, I was going to like pat him on the head. Honey, evolve.
You're like, wanna be best friends?
Maybe he'll come back to you. Just maybe. Because at the end of the day, like, men don't want that craziness. And if they do, that means they're operating from that low vibration or frequency. And I wouldn't even be dating a man that's on that level.
I just have bad taste in men. I don't really have any opinion about that because I would just fall into the dick sand every time. But I would never hit up another woman, like an ex or anything.
That just shows insecurity.
I would just talk to like my close inner circle. But there's also different ways to go about it, I feel like. But I feel like every girl can relate. Like you either like not everybody is like vibrate up here. Keep your vibration up here. Because
right.
Sometimes like it depends on the story. Everyone, like heals from things different.
Correct.
But I feel like some girls are like, look at the girl's page, and then you start judging, and then you start contradicting yourself, which is totally natural. Which it sucks because like people forget how beautiful they are and like what they have to offer.
Right.
And they lose their self-love. And like the main thing that stems from all this is like self-love.
Of course, self-love.
You have to have self-love. Like people are only as relevant as you allow them to be.
Oof.
And you cannot like control how people treat you. You can only control how you react. But it is natural to go about the way like I was like joking and like making fun with it.
Healing's a different process. I mean,
it's
yes,
different for everybody.
Completely different. But
it's different for everybody.
The first distinction was just don't be the girl hitting up the new girl.
But sometimes you want to be that girl because like you want to be petty. You might be PMSing. Like you might be hormonal. But you might be out of your control. You might have missed your birth control pill. Like you might be going through something else. You might have there's a pandemic going on. Like you might have lost your job. Like you might have like someone that just passed away. Like so it's like life's like a triangle. So like maybe that just like completed your shit triangle for a second and you just like that was the last straw and you want to be petty. So it goes. I feel like it goes both ways. Like
it's definitely an
sometimes you're strong,
option.
Sometimes you're not.
It's definitely an option.
Or you might just want to post memes about how breakups are stupid and how men are stupid, and you just want to make. And everyone's like, we get it. You're going through a bad breakup.
No, literally. It's like you're watching the person's page. You're like, okay, like, and at the end of the day, of course, everyone. I have no judgment. I mean, of course, I'm being funny.
Don't judge. You analyze.
No, even in this, it's just no judgment. It's just. Literally somebody that's operating. Anytime we go into pettiness, it really is fear.
It is.
I am not enough. I am not lovable.
There's no self-love.
There's trauma from past relationships,
Absolutely.
from our parent relationship, from our childhood.
Absolutely,
so a lot of things get triggered, and it's always an opportunity to either grow and evolve and say, "Hey, this doesn't feel very good in my heart and soul."
Like I choose to be happy. Like I choose not to do this.
Healing is about uncovering the trauma,
like this, right? What it stems from,
and then being like, "Oh shit, I just hit her up. Oh shit, now there's drama." And at the end of the day, I get maybe there's a high. Oh, I let that girl know what's up, but with that high comes the crash.
Right? It's like, oh, why'd I do that?
Yeah, and now it's like I still don't have him. She has him. What's my next?
What'd you get out of that
for the next high? And at the end of the day, it's not in alignment, and it doesn't feel good in our heart or like in our stomach.
I agree. Never feels good.
And at some point when all that up and down drama, toxicity is gone, you get to do the inner work. Heal. And I get it. Like call your girlfriends, go on a retreat, whatever you need to do for you.
Absolutely.
Take a month out of life. Like, like self-love is everything. It's okay. Like I think it's okay to cry. I think it's okay to pull away from people. I think it's okay to say, "Hey, everyone, I need a minute." And as a friend, I'm gonna allow you. Okay, if you need anything, I'm here.
Absolutely.
Not like, how come I'm there? Why can't you determine? No, like, bro, like I have my own shit. Like I think like this is your path and your journey, and I'm here. I'm giving you love from far away.
Right.
So like I think healing is a huge part. As women or as men, because men are just as toxic, but as a woman, I think the healing is so important that it's okay to be hurt.
It's okay to digest your feelings.
Because people tell me too, they're like, why are you always so happy? Like, why are you always so positive? And I always say, because I've been through the darkest of the dark times in my life. I've been through hell and I've lived there. I don't have an opportunity to go back there because I don't know if I'm coming back out.
Right.
Like I'm such an extremist. So as high as I go is also as low as I go. Because I think I've been lower than most people that I know, some of us. Some of us can go a lot lower than most people think. Some people are like, I never thought about suicide. I'm like, you haven't? Like, what's wrong with you? Like,
right.
How have you not thought of it?
I thought about it, but like I would never do it.
No.
Then I fall asleep. I'm like,
wait,
okay.
no.
And I wake up and I'm like, why did I think that?
No, there's people that never even thought it. And I'm like,
well, they're not present.
Have you never not been hurt in your life? But I think it's just because I'm an extremist. Some of us are very empathic. We're very deep. Everything we do
givers.
Where everything's just extreme. I'm extremely gonna love you, and when I'm hurt, it's like that amount of, because our heart, we open it so wide, so vulnerable, and we're just so available.
It's a powerful thing, but you have to know when to shut it off. You taught me that.
It's a blessing that we're able to be that lover, the healer, like the catalyst for people to learn. Like a lot of times I get from my relationships, that I have with people I date is, wow, I've never felt so loved. And sometimes I look at them and I think, wow, no one's been nice to you? No one's loved you? And then it makes me think, okay, like it's a gift, my love.
What about Destiny's relationship?
Hold on, microphone.
My relationship or situationship?
Or sister, what about, because you brought that up, and from what I've kind of heard since we've known you is, what about your situationship right now in regards to, at right now, is it showing you love in a different way, like the best way you've kind of experienced, or?
Honestly, I'm just kind of.
Yeah, where are you at?
For once, I actually have nothing to say. I'm not really sure what to say. You're like, oh, she has nothing to say. I'm honestly just focusing because I don't have the answers, so I'm just handling like what I can handle, the battles that I know how to fight, and not necessarily like fighting like with my partner. I'm just handling like what I know how to handle and like respond to, and the rest I kind of give to the universe or whatever you believe in, or God. Okay. So I've been learning on how to pick my battles and like what I can control. Like if I can't control something, like then I just kind of like let it go, because obviously what's meant for me will never leave me, and what's meant for me will never like really stress me out and like make me feel less than or take my self-love away.
Right.
Even though like I really want to be with that person. And it feels like kind of like weird being with them. And it's like, oh, okay. You're like, well, I don't even know why I want to be with you. But like, I do. I know, because like I love you. Like, if I feel like we separate ways, like, then it'd be like, I miss you. But when I'm around you, I can't stand to be around you because you're not the same person. But so I've just learned to deal with it by stay yourself, self-love. That is like the root of every foundation of any relationship or anything. Like when you know your value, you will never put up with anything less than. Definitely. But it's hard because of your emotions, and when you're a giver, you're an empath. Like even if you love yourself, like you give your all to somebody, and you just keep giving and giving and giving to the point where you have nothing left. But like what we forget as givers, like we have to be recharged. We have to. You are who you surround yourself with. Like you have to surround yourself with people who recharge you. Also, you can't just surround yourself with people who take from you.
Oh.
So that's what I've learned.
I can't do takers.
So I don't really have an answer to the entire question, but that's the answer I have.
Okay, I got one more question.
Hold on real quick. There's a word. So I'm working on my vocabulary because my vocabulary is not very extensive.
I feel like it is.
So I'm reading books that have like big words like transcendence and trajectory. Those are the words of the week. Okay. I never use those words in my life. So anyways, they're coming up. But there's a word for when you're in a place. Oh, you're just in a moment. You're in a place of stillness. Get it? Like
I'm present. I'm still.
No, not stagnant. Stagnant means stuck. You're in a place of stillness where you're like just being.
I'm
Get
present.
it?
I'm like jogging in place. I'm at the crossroad. I'm just like jogging in place, like taking a breath. I'm about to like run another marathon.
I feel like the stillness of I'm aware at this moment. And I don't have a direction yet, so I'm gonna just be. I'm not making any decisions so that I can wait for spirit or
I'm not waiting for anybody.
Just to lead you where you're supposed to be.
I'm trying to ground myself.
Right.
And I feel like you can only be receptive to things and people and the way you treat people and the way you react to people and the things that happen around you by the way you love yourself and the way you're grounded. I feel like that is the foundation of how you are receptive to other people and your environment and the things, whether it's trauma, good, bad, how you respect things, how you disregard things, how you're present with things. So that's where I'm at.
Right.
To answer
Okay.
her question.
And what was your next question, Mika?
So with who you're in a situationship with now, how did your guys' first date go, and can you recall it? Your
Yes,
first,
I couldn't
first
stand him.
hangout
And
date.
it was I couldn't stand him. I could not stand him. Oh my
Where
God.
did you guys go? Can we get some details?
We
into,
went
like, how did it
downstairs
start?
in our building. It was called Italy. And every time I tell somebody that, they're like, you guys went to Italy. I was like, no, it's called Italy.
It's a restaurant or is it a bar?
It's a restaurant. Okay. It's actually an Italian, and we're both Italian. He's from Boston. I'm from Ohio. So it's actually an Italian sports bar, which is like unheard of in Fort Lauderdale. And I actually
Never heard that either.
and I do like a lot of sports betting, legal sports betting.
All legal. Everything we do is legal, as you guys know.
So I'm sitting there
And if
by
it's
myself
not,
at
then
the
this is
bar.
joke parody.
I'm watching
podcast.
the games, and everybody knows my
For the
Cowboys fan.
Ferraris.
So I'm like sitting there watching the game. He's like, is anybody sitting there? I'm like, no, you are. Pretty much like fuck off running across my forehead. And he got like a margarita pizza, and I was kind of hungry, but I was like so hyper focused on the fucking bets I had going on.
No, you hyper focus? Never.
I love you. Destiny, never.
Just so you guys know, she's really ADHD and ADD too. So we could be in the same room together and not speak for hours. And literally we're like, that was the best time ever. And we were both in La La Land for the whole 2 hours.
But we also can both
yeah.
be like, after a couple shots of tequila, have a conversation on top of each other and like two conversations and people are around us and we understand what's going on.
Yeah. Like literally we're like in each other's like our own dimension.
Yeah, like that's how it
literally
goes.
our own dimension.
Right now, I think I'm like seeing this. You both just
It happens with us. Doesn't that always happen with us?
We just totally got off topic. Like, see, the perfect example.
You're with your date, you're placing bets.
I told him he could sit down, get some margarita pizza. I may or may not. I heard from a friend, may have had an edible before I went downstairs while I was putting my sports bets in. And like most men are not used to like, I'm not saying I'm pretty, but like I'm not ugly, okay? Like so a beautiful woman putting bets in.
No, say you are beautiful. I am beautiful.
Drop dead.
I am beautiful.
Yes.
I'm hot
Everyone's
as,
beautiful.
I'm hot as fuck.
You are beautiful, exactly.
So I was putting my bets in. I was like, yeah, you were sitting there. And he just kept like, kind of like inch his way over. I was like, I'm trying to watch a fucking game. And he was like, normally this always works on everybody. And I'm just like, no, we're good. Like, and then he's like,
Do you know who I am, bitch?
Google me, swipe up.
And then come at me one more time, try it all over again.
Like I just walk around the Pornhub shirt on. Maybe they'll just leave me alone. Like either I'm a keeper or I'm not. Like either deal with it or
I
don't.
feel like the joke's kind of like hard for us to say nowadays because we're so out of the industry that like people are like, oh, but I'm like, well, I haven't shot anything for any companies over like 7 years.
Are you guys considered old school in a little bit of
We're
a
the
way?
OGs.
Yeah, we're like the OGs. Because
Like now it's more like, what's the freaking...
I don't even know the new girls.
No, like we were in the adult film industry before there was social media.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, no. Yeah.
but, like there was MySpace, and then like Instagram just came out, and Facebook was like for college kids. Like that wasn't really like that had nothing to do with Pornhub or like browsers or every scene we ever shot. Like I'm just saying, there was no swipe up when we were in the industry.
No, that's why like nowadays people are like, oh, I was, because people ask me like, what do you do? And I'm always like, well, my income comes from residual stuff from adult entertainment.
That much? When people are like, what do you do? I'm like,
no, that's what I'm saying. I don't say anything, but this is what in my
I
head
get like
I'm
that
thinking.
weird like meme look on my face.
Listen
I'm
to
like,
this. There's like a viral video that are like they're asking people that pull up in the nicest cars, and an older woman gets out, and they're like, "What do you do?" She's like, "Honey, I'm married," and she goes inside and carries on her business.
that legit is enough. Like, what do you
She's
do?
like,
You're like,
"Baby,
I'm married. Have you been married? Like, you.
Do you know who
That's
my
a job
husband is?
itself.
Yeah.
Like,
This is my second brand new Rolls Royce thing.
but people judge. Like, if you're a really good loyal wife and you cater to your husband, God bless you. Like, what the hell is wrong with that?
Cater.
Darling, I don't have. What is the meme that's going on TikTok? Because I don't have one because they keep deleting me.
I don't have a TikTok either. I don't have a TikTok because
It's like-
China
it's
gets
like, oh, what do
access
you
to
do for
all
work?
of our
She's like,
phones.
darling, I don't have a dream job. I don't dream of labor or something. And I was like, All the girls are doing
haven't
it.
seen it.
Oh, my girl Claudia Fajal was doing
I
it.
haven't
She's like,
seen it.
she did like the TikTok. She's like, "What's your dream job?" And she's like, "Darling, I don't have a dream job. I don't dream of doing labor or something." And like, I legit like, I don't know why, but like when I'm eating like my little like birthday cake Cheerios in the morning, like I like to watch it and just like laugh my ass off. And I turn on like
Wait,
some
there's
deep house
birthday
music.
cake Cheerios?
There's birthday cake Cheerios, but it comes from cheddar bunnies, and it's like all organic, so it must be healthy for you. If it says organic, it must be good.
I never heard of that.
Oh my god, it's so good, and it's low calorie and low carbs.
I love Cheerios.
Yeah,
Wait,
these,
I
these are
interrupted
good.
your first date story. So it was like he was trying to hit on you. You're like, I'm just here to vet.
And now we're here.
How did it end up though? You were just like, you know what? You're kind of cute.
And then he tried to, because I kept looking at his stupid margarita pizza because I was hungry.
And she was like,
And I'm like this. I'm like, he's like, I see looking at the, he's like, what are you ordering? I'm like, are you still talking to me? Like, stop talking. I'm actually like, believe it or not, like, I'm not approachable. Because like, if I don't, like,
no, you're not.
I like, if I'm watching sports, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Like, legit, like, because I'm not there. I'm not like stirring my drink, waiting for someone to pay for my tab. I'm like, I'm watching sports. My cable went out. Like, like I'm legit like an earthquake had happened. I'd be like, did I just win my bet? Like that's like I feel like the room's shaking because of that. So I'm a man stuck in a woman's body.
She is.
I really am. Like I feel like I can just go both ways. I heard it from a friend.
I could be a
might, you never
lesbian
know.
or I could be gay.
Why not have options? I'm one more heartbreak away from like going lesbian. Seriously.
We could have it all. Dream big. Everything
At least she
is
doesn't have to pull
possible.
out.
Dream.
Never had a girlfriend.
And you know what? And they don't come, and it doesn't go limp after 3 minutes either. They could literally go 2 hours
I
straight.
say like 30 seconds. Why do you need 2 hours?
You know when you're in love with someone?
Yeah, I just need like a glorious 30 seconds.
No. When I'm in love, like,
like
I
how
just want to be like intertwined with you.
You're like the girl that eats
forever,
one meal a day.
and
Like,
I
want like
can't
snacks all day
breathe.
long. She's like, I haven't eaten all day. I just want like one giant dinner. Like me, I'm like, I want breakfast, lunch, dinner. I want a snack. I want some peanuts. Like
It's funny.
with the YMCA, taking a bath break. Like let's go.
Yeah, no.
That's me. But with the margarita pizza thing,
Okay, so red flags.
it was all downhill after that because he had no game. So I didn't mess with it. But then he
So it was the pizza.
It was a pizza that did it for you.
You know what?
Pizza gets me every
would go
time.
for me, too. Pizza's my favorite food.
You know how to get into my pants? Just throw some margarita pizza at me. So
Okay, so
you have to
let's
offer me a
get back
plate
to
and
the
it's fully
subject,
across
red
the front.
flags. Well, let's get back to the subject. Okay, so A, don't talk about your exes. Ladies, this also irks me when women play the little cute kindergarten game with the new guy and start talking about other guys. Like
Right.
I just think like it's so disrespectful. Like they're thinking, oh my God, like look at how many guys like me. I'm gonna talk about this and that. Like I just think, like you said, like then they like don't talk about your ex. Don't talk about other girls. Don't talk about other men. I think to me, it's a connection between me and you. But I
Right.
hate people are like dishonest about it. I feel like girls like to like, oh, like, well, because it's this guy and I talked to that guy and this guy likes me and oh, I gotta go to the bathroom and oh my God, I was in the bathroom and this guy followed me in there. It's like, girl, like, why were you even talking about other guys?
Or why are you on your phone?
Oh, okay, wait. One red flag at a time.
There's so
Okay,
many
so we
red
got the
flags.
A,
I
don't
know
talk
all
about
the red
exes or other
flags.
people.
Every man is fuck. This
2.
is why I'm about to be single.
No, red flags.
You know my
horrible
man's
red
gonna watch
flags.
this shit and we're about to break up for I can get back to Florida.
No, being on the phone,
really keep
I've
it.
walked out on a date and Ubered myself home in the middle. Not even before dinner got there because the person was on their phone the whole time.
Love this story.
No, and legit, like because I've had this issue happen numerous times, and I'm all about
stand when someone's on their
communicating.
phone.
So I communicated before the date and said, I would really appreciate it if we could both stay off our phones tonight.
You shouldn't have to say that.
But you do. Nowadays
no,
you do.
should not have to say that.
No, I shouldn't, but I
Because when you
communicate
have someone's
it.
attention, when you're in good company, whether it's with your
No, I
girlfriends,
agree. I totally agree.
or a man.
Completely.
Like I rarely post any of my good times anymore. Like I forget. Like people think I'm just like sitting at home working or just going out to eat. Like when you're having a good time, when you're not sitting there trying to take a fucking selfie the whole time, or act like you're
Totally
you're having a
agree.
good time. No,
I'm talking about like somebody who's not even, you're not
on
even
their
taking a
phone
selfie.
the whole time.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's one thing if you're like, okay, I posted my food. Or, I posted my
yeah,
drink.
but the entire time,
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's like you're not
It's
present.
completely
Like I
different,
cannot
yeah.
stand that. You should not have to tell a man that or a woman that.
No, I believe it, but
They don't care about your presence.
But
They don't care about your
I
time.
do. So before the day, I'll always express, I will really appreciate it.
You should have to say that.
If, I agree. But a lot of people, don't forget, like some people are brought up differently.
I don't give a.
No, people are brought up in different cities, different cultures, different families, different ways they're brought up. And to me, I'm a communicator because why? I will walk out on you and I'll never speak to you again. So I want to make sure I'm very clear on exactly what I want. So when I walk out, you can't come back to me and try to blame me and be like, oh, you walked out on me. You overreacted, blah, 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 blah. No, I'm going to be right because guess what? I request that on our date that neither of us be on our phone if it's not in regards to a family emergency or work. I'm like, that's what I'm going to do. Boom. It's your choice. You could do it or not, but I'm just asking, I'm making a request. Boom.
But the way we were brought up, there were no cell phones.
I know, but we're
millennials.
older. The younger generation aren't really brought up like that.
Men that we're dating or talking to are normally millennials, and like back in the day, we had pagers. So the way we were brought up was with no technology.
Right.
So
So
therefore,
to me,
they've
it's
trained
normal.
themselves with this new age stuff.
Correct.
And I feel like when someone wants to give you their full attention, they will, unless it is an emergency. So therefore, there is no excuse on my book, on my end, my opinion. Like,
Okay,
no.
perfect. No, exactly.
You don't
But
see me
I like
updating
to-
my OnlyFans on dinner. My man be checking like the scores and the bets and stuff. Like when we be making love, I'm like, I don't really feel like this is conducive right now. Like I don't.
Correct, but also too, like I think we come from a different generation where we're just respectful, but a lot of people aren't. Just different. So the
so
millennials are way
glad
different.
that I'm a millennial.
So literally was like I request We get to dinner. We're sitting. He's on his phone. The waitress comes, and mind you, like I'm just sitting here like at least 2 or 3, 4 minutes
Like,
awkwardly
do you know how long I spent getting ready for you?
looking at the ceiling, and he's on his phone, and I'm
It's like,
thinking,
do I have to go to the
okay,
gas station to be told
it
I'm pretty?
must be, it must be a work. It must be work, and it must be important.
No, they're.
Boom. Anyways, we
I'll
order
to the
drinks.
gas station to be told I'm pretty. I swear to God, I will.
We order drinks. After the drinks, he does it again, right? So I literally lean over to look, and he's on Instagram scrolling.
Legit. I can legit put my hand on my man's leg, and then I move it to the junk, and I could literally start jerking him off, and he's still on this phone
No.
at dinner, and I'm like, this is not gonna work.
Oh wait. First of all, that wouldn't have been my man. So
No, I didn't really do that. I'm saying like I could.
This is first date. I legit saw this. I said, "Oh, you're on Instagram."
Oh fuck that! I wouldn't even.
I
say
said,
anything.
"I'm glad that like you love Instagram. Have a good night." Literally ordered an Uber, and I literally walked out of Catch. Down, he was following me down, and he paid like the bill, and he was like, "Are you seriously leaving? You're seriously leaving?" I'm like, "Bro, I gave you one warning, and I was very clear on that warning. It wasn't even like you were talking to a friend. You could even got away with, oh, it was work." I'm like, "You were scrolling."
He's like on Tinder.
on Instagram.
This
like,
would never happen if you were
bro,
Garoppolo.
Guess what? I'm telling you right now, I'm
Garoppolo would
not
never
that-
treat you like this. He would never be on his phone.
Jimmy, come back.
I didn't see him on his phone once at dinner, by the way.
Yeah, true.
He knows a real woman when he sees one. And a man,
He's so
people,
gorgeous.
women and men will give time to what is important to them. We can all like get off balance,
Yes,
but like
man,
when you're
he was
finally
not on
front
his
and
phone
center
once.
with somebody
Not
in a
once.
romantic setting and the workday's done and like it is what it is, like you don't see Garoppolo going on Tinder and shit. Like that man was
he's-
so hyper focused on you.
No,
That's the
he-
way
and
a
you
man
know what?
should look
Even
at
his
every woman at
manners.
dinner.
Even his
Sorry to
manners.
use him as an excuse, but he is so fine.
But even his manners, I would think he was like Southern, like raised Southern. Like he was very like, yes.
I don't care if you're north,
he
east,
he had
southwest,
such
or southern. Like,
manners,
just
and
like
it's so hard
manners.
nowadays to find a man that has manners.
It's what you put up with, people.
Like legit, like he waited outside
I
of the
would just-
restaurant
at
to
this
Uber
point, I
drop
just
me
get
off.
up
He
and walk
opened
out.
the door. He walked me in. Same boy going home. Like just such manners that I was like, who raised you,
I'm
boy?
blushing. He's so
Like you
hot.
have to be Southern. Like such mannerism. Like I just loved it. Like you're not from LA by any means. Okay, so red flags. Talking about your ex being on your motherfucking phone.
on your phone.
Next red flag on a first date. Dirty tennies. Sorry, I gotta
Getting
say that.
getting too drunk. Like if a guy's just like getting like kind of like sloshed.
We
like,
had
too
that
wasted.
recently with a friend of mine. We went on a double date. Well,
Like, what are you scared of me? Like you got to get like hammered?
no, literally, he was so drunk,
Jim, Jack,
and
Jose,
he
Cuervo,
came
like-
over to our side of the booth, her date, and was like, "I just want to fuck you, right? My new first date," and was just like, "I just want you, like, I just want to be with you. Oh, I don't even want to take this dick." Like, just talking to her, and I could, like, she was just like,
Gasp.
you know what he's saying? I'm like, what's he saying? And mind you, she brought me like, just go with his friend to like tag along. I was like, okay. And she told me what he's saying. And he's squished in the booth with us because he was drinking. Him and his friend were studying of us. And he came to sit with us. And I was like, yo, like, you see how big our booty's? Like, we ain't moving. There's no more left of this booth.
Like it looks like it's one of us, but there's two right here.
And legit afterwards, like all she did all the next 3 or 4 days was talk about how horribly drunk and irritating he was. And he was rude to the waiter. You know,
that's
like
a
he
big
was,
pet
He was
peeve.
drunk and he was just like, well, I just
When they
spent
do
this
this,
amount of money.
I can't stand
and
disrespect.
you should be letting us stay longer. Like we were like very entitled, and we were just like,
Just like I'm not with
no, seriously. And I was just like, oh God, the date from hell. And it's not even my date because his friend was cool.
you. Like I'm just here.
Like, can we all sit at a different table?
Yeah.
But no, yeah, the whole drinking thing, like minimize. Even the other day, I had my friend Trevelin, and he was 50 and older. And he was talking about dating, and he did a dating app. And he's like, I went on this date with this girl. He goes, finally, he's like, a girl that looked like her photo, Filipina. He's like, good looking.
God.
He's like, I'm
Yeah, with
excited.
those apps.
He's like, she orders a bottle of wine because he's sober. He don't drink. He goes, she pops 2 Xannies. Halfway through the dinner, her face goes in her food. He's never met her before, doesn't know where she lives at. And the last thing he wants to do is grab her and put her in the, like, take her unconscious. So he
My
left
jaw
her.
still dropped. I was
No,
like,
and he legit was like,
I feel
he's
like I
like,
want to sleep just by
I
hearing
paid
about
the
word Tuesday.
restaurant, and I
was
told
like,
the restaurant, like, I'm sorry, like, it's a date, like, I don't know her, like, I'm not gonna take her and like be called for rape or something because she passes out. Like, in the next morning, she called him like, I can't believe you left me there. He was like, no one told you to take 2 Xannies and pass out in the middle of our date.
First off, A, who takes a Xanny at dinner? B, who takes 2?
A drug addict. You're like, okay, maybe one.
And a bottle of
maybe
wine?
one. A drug addict. Obviously, she's a high tolerance, so the Xannies are probably like candy for her.
Maybe she should just stayed home.
You know? Okay, so don't get fucked up. Do not be on your cell phone, and do not talk about your ex. What are some other red flags? Okay, for me, I'm sorry, shoes. Dirty tennies.
Dirty
a guy
shoes,
with dirty
teeth.
Oh.
Or trying to split tabs at dinner and you think you're going to get laid. I've been there and I've done it. I'm ashamed to say so. Because the guy is so fucking hot. The guy is so hot. And you've either banged him before or you know you're going to bang him because you've like conversed ahead of time or whatnot. It's like the tab's $35. I don't care if it's $350 or $35. The guy's like, oh yeah, we share those frittatas, you know, like they're $18. I had 2 of them, so I'm gonna give you 9. I'm like, you don't add tax gratuity. You know what? I'm not even good at math. I'll just take care of the tab. Splitting the tab, fellas. You're not gonna get pussy. You probably will, cause I give up the pussy. Even though I split tabs. Like, I'd be lying if I say I didn't. But that was back in the day. That's the past. We're living in the present. But that was my
talking
younger
about
days,
today.
like 18 months
Not
ago.
yesterday.
18 months ago.
Like, you know, like when I was like 34.
That was a whole different person.
Splitting tabs. That's a pet peeve too. When like a man bites you out, like it's not like
I've never had that.
anything I order, like I would always like anything I order. It's because I know I would order that if I was like with one of my girlfriends,
Right.
or Jazzy or like Nikki, you know, like this bitch. We had like Dom Perignon for fucking mimosas this morning with our hair and makeup artist. Like
As per usual.
I can't even name the last time a man has even given me that. Like, not that I asked for that because I can give it to
Right.
myself, but like going to dinner on a first date, like a guy like should, if he invites you somewhere, he should know like you should be able to order whatever you want. Like, don't be a bitch and order like the $5,000 bottle of wine on the menu if you're at
Right.
like
I totally
Poppy
agree.
Steak or something. Like, don't take advantage of something. But like, if you're like, oh, like, well, I love to eat steak, I'll get a bone-in filet mignon. Like if I was here with my girls, like, so like, don't split tabs with women.
What I usually do when somebody asks me on a date and like I can't figure out if he has money or not is I'll always ask him, what is your favorite restaurant? So I can know what his budget is. Because if he says
Right.
Mastro's in Beverly Hills, I'm like, okay, I know what you know what your financial budget. If he's like it is Applebee's. Okay. And
We're not going on a date.
so I already know, like, I know his financial ability. So I'm not going to say, let's go to Mastro's. And if I do pick,
Uber Eats it is.
and if I do pick somewhere expensive, I'm already going to cover the bill. Because I know if I want Mastro's, because I'm bougie and I want to eat a steak and lobster and I want to have 10 drinks.
I was at Taco.
I'm already going to pay for the bill ahead of time because I know if he said Applebee's,
I was at
he's
Taco
not going
Craft.
to be able to pay it.
I'm curious.
I was at Taco Craft and he made me split the tab.
What is Taco Craft? Is that like Applebee's?
It's like an Applebee's Taco Craft. But it's not with the guy I'm with now, but like he was so fine.
I'm curious, Destiny, have you ever been open when you've gone on a date with someone where you know for a fact you made more money? Have you ever been open to being like, oh, well, I want to go to a nice restaurant, so I'll treat us. Like, I'll pay for everything.
Yep.
Have you ever done
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
alpha.
Okay, that's
Well, we
my
do that all
question.
the time.
I used to always do that. Like, yo, like I'm a boss bitch. Hey, look how hot I am. Like, I'm about to give you this pussy and buy you steak. Like, I got you,
You're
bro.
all,
I got
who's
you.
your daddy? Who's your daddy?
And then you're like,
Strap on at the end of the night. She's like, you ain't ready for this dick.
Start wiggling it and go. Woo, woo, woo.
you're like, you ain't ready for this. No, I'm past that stage of my life, thank God. I'm about to hit menopause, so I'm good. I'm hitting my sex prime. I'm just trying to use it wisely.
So hit her DMs.
Call me.
DMs, Applebee's.
I'm not on any. I'm not on any dating
Make
apps.
sure
but
you split the bill with her. Make sure you're on your phone the entire time.
I don't even think any of us girls split the tabs. Like
Never
that is
fight.
actually a pet peeve.
You have to fight for it every time.
So what about on a first date if there's two couples? Who gets the tab?
I don't think I've ever been on a first date with two couples.
Or just like the first phase of being with somebody, like, and you're like, he's like, okay, it's the second date or first date, like past first date.
I
But
feel
do you
like the
fuck
people,
on the first date, by the way?
I
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Answer that one.
Yes, I always get out of the way.
you know what's
First
pretty
date.
interesting? I don't fuck on the first date.
You know why I do? So I don't
I
catch
have in the
feelings of little
past.
dicks.
I mean, like younger, but I mean, I feel like nowadays, like, first of all, even for me to go on a date is a lot.
No, I feel you.
And second, I feel if I go on a
I
date,
feel you that.
it's
Like,
because
like-
I'm interested. And if I'm interested, I'm trying to connect here.
yeah, but what if,
And the
like,
last thing I'm trying to do is connect here because the minute we're connecting here first, and that's somebody's first intention, then like I can't even get wet. I need to be connected here.
what if
and
you
here.
are stimulated by like
I can't.
but by the conversation and just like the energy? I feel like I'm opposite of what you said, so I'm like, might as well get that out of the way. If they
out of the way? What a job!
out of the way.
She's like, I'm going, guys. I'm going.
get that out of the way.
Listen, so like if we mentally kind of connect and like you're making me laugh and like we're conversing, like all that bantering is like going well, I feel like why not like just hook up on the first night? Because if he comes back for more, then he's already got the pussy. He's not just working and acting
I
to
think
keep
that's
me interested.
I think that's
to
fine.
get laid. Like once you get that pussy, like you either like you got what you wanted, and then you're gonna keep it moving and like
stay
be a
in the
si-
microphone. babe.
and be a single
Well,
man
you're all speaking to them against the wall.
because I love them.
The podcast is like, when did her face go off the camera?
Sorry, it's my first rodeo.
A lot of first rodales over here.
So I feel like honestly, like if you were to do that, so I see it from both angles because I like all angles. But like
her favorite is the left side over here.
But what's your favorite position?
You know, and I
But
have
if
no
you-
judgment for somebody who chooses it because there's times in my life I have like I just feel where I'm at right now, what I'm seeking
right.
is somebody that is not going to be anything casual like that.
But I've been a hoe,
'Cause I
so
can-
I
no.
kind of just want to
Babe,
just fuck
come
on the first night.
We're all beautiful, dirty little whores.
But I wouldn't just like be sexually open and be like, okay, like boom, get that out of the way. That way, if the guy still has good intentions and like
Okay.
enjoyed the sex, like whether he did or didn't,
Right.
the first time you have sex with anybody, it's like always awkward. It's not gonna be the best sex you've ever had with them.
Right.
It's always awkward. So I feel like once you get the sex out of the way, like then if but no out of the way, because like you know how men are just like doing everything, like they're doing everything to please you to get into your pants. Just like if you have good conversation and you're conversing and it's like a healthy conversation and like you're vibing at dinner and stuff, why not hook up and get like the get my pants thing out of the way? So, and then if he still is interested, then like his motive is different. Then he's actually interested and actually getting to know you. And he got that out of the way. Like that way he doesn't have a different motive.
It sounds so like a job. You're making it sound like a job. Like
no, I'm saying like the way men look
okay,
at it.
put an applicant in. We're gonna sleep together. If you call me after, then I'll be nice to you.
Or they can, or you could look at it as like, oh, get to know me, act like you like me, and then like fucking, I waste 8 weeks, and I find out you have a little dick and you suck in bed, and like you don't even know how to fuck. Like, why not just have sex? Because like we are all animals. Like have sex,
Of course,
safe sex.
If that's what you want to do,
But I think
I think
it shows a man's more interested in you if he has sex with you in the first week or the first night, and he still shows interest and puts effort into pleasing you mentally, and everything, and like dinners, like pleasing you, being a gentleman, opening your door, like going to the beach and working out together. And he's already got laid. Like that way he's not faking it to try to get into your pants because he already got into your pants. And if he keeps carrying on those actions, I feel like once he's already got laid, I see it from both angles.
No, I totally hear your point of view.
I'm not trying to like wait 8 months and find out you have no dick. Like your balls are bigger than your dick and like you don't know how to fuck and you have like daddy issues or something. Like I'm like.
Right. No, I totally hear what you're saying. Like there's not like I don't judge anything. Like whatever you want to do, like if people would have sex every day, all day long with different people. Like I have no judgment.
No, only if I'm stimulated though. I have to be mentally stimulated.
So like to me, there is no judgment. That's not right or wrong. Whatever is in alignment for each person. Like my thing is, everybody do what's in alignment with their truth.
So if you met a man,
right,
like I did before I was dating somebody,
okay,
met him on the beach. He was like working out. Mentally stimulated me, had a lot in common, fucked on the first night. And then we still like,
but that's an alignment.
I didn't call him afterwards. I tried to play the game. I'm not good at playing the game.
Oh no, this shouldn't be any game.
I like to be in a relationship.
I
hate being single. I don't sleep around.
Inauthenticity.
I'm past the sleeping around stage. Like this pussy's on a pedestal.
Wait, did you guys continue after the sleeping with him the first date? Did you guys continue on after that?
Yes, we did.
Okay, same. That's my boyfriend right now, and I'm talking from my point of view. I hooked up with him because I wanted him to be my booty call. I was like, I just want to hook up with him one time.
You hooked up with him because you were stimulated by him. Like he mentally stimulated. He probably made you laugh.
No, for him it was just looks. But then when I hung out with him, then I was like, oh, he's like actually really cool to talk to.
He's hot and he knows how to.
Yeah,
okay.
and then after that, we're still together today. So I'm a firm believer of like you never know. We fucked on the first date.
But
Sorry, excuse my
that's
language,
what I'm saying.
But we're still together.
Sorry, Mom.
No, whatever's in every.
But we're still together.
Whatever is your truth.
So you agree with what I'm saying? Because he kept putting in the effort even after he got in your pants. After the first night, he got in your pants.
Like, hey, you want to come over and like watch?
And
a
he
movie?
still wanted to hang out with her.
Yeah, sure.
And then I feel like it can go either or. It can go either or.
Yeah.
Like a guy is either gonna like never call you back again, but I don't want to waste like a few weeks or any more time. And like a guy play a fake role to try to get in my pants. I rather just be like, I like you. Like we're chilling. Like I'm single. Like this is consensual. Like we're not hammered. It's not like that. It's like we're laughing. Like we're vibing. Like, and if it's consensual and if it's right, like I'm not into like if I go through a breakup, I normally don't have sex for a long time or something. Like, like if I'm vibing with somebody, like and only when I want and I choose to give my body to somebody. And if I'm vibing, I will do that on the first night. And if the guy keeps calling you, then he's interested in more than just
Obviously,
sex.
that's what happens.
That's what, yeah, but that's what the beauty of that is from my angle. Like some people like to like wait, and then like, what if you like wait that long and like you find out like he's married or like he sucks in bed or like he just, and then once he hits that pussy after you put in like 8 weeks of work or 8 months, and then it's like he hits it and then he like leaves.
I feel like
I
that. I feel like
night.
that part right there of like, well, what if he doesn't want you after the sex, or like me making that decision because I'm worried about the time invested. Like, I feel like I personally don't operate from fear, where I'm like,
Touche.
you know, where I'm just like, okay, well, what if I put too much time and too much heart and too much vulnerability, and this person, it's like, I'm just gonna be me. Because honestly, at the end of the day, for me, opening my legs to somebody is very intimate. So I feel like that's more intimate than me sitting back and getting to know you first. Because I already know how I love.
Right.
I love so hard and so fucking deep. I need him. I'm the opposite. I'm going to keep my legs shut because I like you and I know I'm going to fall because I want to make sure you're in this for the long run and that we're both going to see the red flags and I know you're not toxic. So I'm the little opposite. Do you know what I mean? Because
we're different. We're different ages too.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what I'm saying, where I'm at.
Not by much.
But not that. Trust me. Trust me. If I'm, partying with my friends somewhere and we want to fucking have a threesome or an orgy or something, and there's those moments that, trust me, I'm still a freak. But I personally,
you can't take the freak out of D.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. But because I'm in a different, correct. I'm about to be 45 this year, so there's different things I'm seeking now from a relationship that I'd rather take a month or two to get to know you first. And be like, oh shit, like I really fuck with this person. So I'm not gonna give it up because I'd rather get to know you and be your friend for a while. To know if I'm safe enough to go there with you. Because I've been hurt so many fucking times.
Yeah, me too.
I wanna make sure that I don't repeat toxic patterns that I've done in the past.
So do you think having sex on the first date or the first week is
Not
toxic?
at all. Not at all.
I think once. Because
Not
like
at
a lot of
all.
men think with like they have two brains.
Right. Oh, they totally do.
Maybe all of us do. And I feel like once you get that sexual desire that controls like pretty much everything, it's like the nucleus of our body.
Men can have sex with
I just feel like once they get that out of the
random
way,
strangers.
and if it's consensual and like you're really vibing and you know what you're giving away, and it's like sensual when you give it away, even if it's on the first night. Like I just personally, my side of this story, which is awesome, it's like totally opposite sides of like different versions. I'm like, I think once you
it's
give a guy
interesting because
pussy,
we're both operating from like a fear
I'm not
base.
saying like go hang out, like find an athlete, like find some dude at a club and like fuck on the first night because like you're feeling like it's consensual. I'm saying like when you're vibing, like you're sitting down like by the water, like chilling, like Fort Lauderdale on the intercoastal. And he might just be looking hot as fuck. Like he might have just left the gym off the beach, and you might have just went through a breakup, and you may have just like made eye contact, and you might have just hooked up the same day. Like I don't know. Like I heard it from a friend. I don't know.
So that's why I'm saying like everything like
It was
like
a vibe.
there's no right or wrong. Get it? There's no right or wrong. Like there's people in the past. I've ex-boyfriends in the past who I've slept with on the first night, and we were together every single day after that. So there's no right or wrong, but my own personal experience.
What you want now, that's what you want now.
It's different, correct. So at that moment, that actually took me by surprise. But I hear exactly what you're saying. Okay, let me get it out of the way, and then let's see if he likes me. Because at that point, I feel like, why does it have to be if he likes me?
I don't even care if
How
he
about,
does like me.
Like I get to see, like what at the end of the day, it's more like I get to make the decision. I get to choose you. I get to choose if I want to fuck with you again. So let's see how long you can hang out with me. Because if you really like me, you're not even need the pussy. And watch how many men are gonna stick around.
I actually like that.
It's the same thing that you're saying.
I like that.
It's the same exact
Mama
thing.
bear.
Because you said I'm gonna give it up, and then if you call me, I know you're for reals. Which you could do the same thing.
I like her angle.
You could do the same thing, but be like, okay, you're not gonna get no pussy, and are you still sticking around? Because you get to see what someone's intentions and what's gonna blossom.
I feel like they act all fake after. Yeah. Like they start putting on, they're like, all
but
right.
guess what? But that's okay.
They put their shoes on.
That's okay because that's part of
But also, like, you just give them the pussy.
That's
like,
part of dating.
They're gonna stay or go.
That's part of dating.
I hate the dating scene.
It's part of dating. It's part of loving. It's part of getting to know people.
1-800-Destiny
and you get to watch. And you get to like watch people and
if you don't like dating, go to my OnlyFans.
You get to watch people and see. Ooh, I can see where all your past traumas are. Because men are every decision they make is based off of past ex-girlfriend, mom issues, or certain things. So when I see a toxic man, like I'm already aware of the game. I see the game and I feel it, and I'm like, okay, you're operating from a lower vibrational frequency, which isn't going to even be in alignment with me. We're not even going to catch a vibe. We're going to be like this.
I can tell within 30 seconds of meeting anybody if I like them or not.
We're not going to, there's no way I'm going to be able to sit there and not, and like be aware of what they're doing and being like, oh my God, you're a car wreck.
I have no filter.
Like
There's
I'm not,
no chance.
I can't participate in that. And it doesn't, I can't, it's an ugly feeling in me. I get this ugly feeling that I'm like, ooh, I'm very uncomfortable. Ooh, like this is a bad vibe going on. Even though I might think you're fine as fuck, and maybe there's a sexual connection.
Looks only goes
but
so
I already
far.
see, okay, you're emotionally unavailable.
That ass looks only goes so
There's
far.
going to be issues of toxicity here. You're a narcissist. Yeah, I know exactly what that looks like. Thank you very much
Don't
for
you
the
hate
opportunity
the
to get
gift
to know
that you
you.
have?
And guess
It
what?
sucks.
I get to walk on my way and just keep dating.
Doesn't
and
it suck having
I
that
get to
gift?
just send
though?
love to that person and be like, you know, like good luck to the next bitch. Glad that ain't me.
I hate
Better
having
you than me, sis.
I legit hate having such good intuition. Like I can just see
It's
right through people.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
No, it's not.
Yes,
There's no
it
innocence.
is.
There's no innocence.
It's
and like anything, like you
beautiful.
look at somebody and be like, "You suck."
It's beautiful because that's what keeps
You
us.
just read people, and it's not judging.
the
like,
part
you,
you
like
know what?
you like you can like want to
The
see
part you
good
don't
in somebody,
like-
and you look at them, and you're like, "You're a piece of shit."
I'll tell you what part you don't like.
But like you're great.
You don't like the part that you see what's going to happen and you still participate.
Because I try to contradict that.
That's
shit.
the
I'm
part
like,
you
I
don't
got
like.
this. Like I'm like I'm God. I got this.
I'm excited. I'm like, thank you, God. Out the door. Psh, next.
Not always.
Yeah, I am.
Sometimes I like to test God. I'm like, are you
No,
sure?
I
Are you
really
sure
am.
this is not the one?
I miss
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure.
run
Like,
away.
I thought this is the one.
I
like,
miss out of.
I thought I
dump you,
decided
walk
this stuff.
away. Yeah, but it's a beautiful. It's a gift. We have a gift to be able to feel people, to see things.
It's a curse and a gift because it
And-
takes the innocence out of things.
I don't think so because you got to remember, spirit is going to leave a lot uncovered that's meant to be. Anything that's not meant to be, God's going to put that motherfucking shit right in your motherfucking face.
You're like,
And
"Dear
you're still
God,
not
gi-
gonna
you're like, dear
listen."
God, give me a sign. Like it's like Becky with
Oh,
the good
yeah.
hair texts your man. You're like, dear God, give me a sign. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
ladies, that's a sign.
It's a gift.
Gentlemen, that's a sign.
So if you're frustrated with a gift, it's because you're getting the signs and you're like, I'm
It's
going to
because
be
I
able
want
to
to be
change
told to
it.
do unless I'm naked.
But there will be innocence there because spirit with the right person is going to let you feel safety, but you're not going to know anything, but it's going to feel right. And you still don't know anything, but you're still, I'm going to participate in this. I'm going to flow with this because I'm just, I feel safe. I feel
I've been
playful.
flowing with my
I
relationship.
feel fun.
Feels great.
I'm feeling secure. I'm feeling loved. Like it's a feeling that you don't feel. So you're just like, I'm excited. Like what's next? What's next? Like that's the excitement is you don't know what's next. You're just like, whoa, I don't see anything negative. So what are we doing next? And it
what's your-
just evolves.
What's your advice on what to look for on a first date to know that you should go on a second date?
Okay, well,
Besides the red flags, what
we
are the
said
green-
the red flags.
What are the green flags?
Green flags for me would definitely be, for me, a huge thing is I like somebody who is consciously aware. Someone like you, me, where we see things, we feel things, and we're operating from a deeper sense of beingness.
Like he like refills your water.
Like it's not just like how he's
Right.
just like, I'm gonna go home and pay Fortnite tonight.
Why you have that accent though?
I don't know. I just kind of saw it like just be like, I'm gonna go
Is that
home
the
and play
Ohio
Fortnite
Cincinnati
tonight.
accent?
You know, just
Jenny, I love you,
shit, I
Jenny.
love you.
It's taking can't sit here.
Can we play checkers tonight? Do you know what I mean? Like I want to talk about. I want to talk about like someone's like traumas. I want to talk about their fears. I
On
want to
the
talk about
first
their
date?
dream. Yeah. Like I want to know I want to talk about your dreams. I want to talk to you about your visions.
On the first date?
I don't want to know your fucking favorite color. I really don't.
I'd be like, we'll
I
play a guessing game.
don't want to know anything
I
superficial.
mean, I like to bet. I'd be like, I bet you $100 I can guess your favorite color.
Like I want to know like what you're what do you dream about when you sleep? What do you dream about when you're awake?
That's
You
gonna
know,
scare
like
guys
what
away.
like no, hold on. Unevolved souls are gonna sit there like this. What?
Well, conversations should just naturally like flow together.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think if you start like talking the future on the first date, this guy's like,
wait, not
I
the
ain't-
future with me, like for themselves. What do they see? Like what do they? Everybody has dreams.
Yeah, but like on the first date, I don't feel like you should be like.
what do you want? What do you dream of with your life?
I think that's a weird question to ask a man. Like, oh, like what do you do?
Okay.
Like,
Okay, so-
what college did you go to? I think it's better to ask for like past stuff. Like, oh, like where are you from? Like, how many brothers and sisters do you have? What's your favorite food? Are you vegan? Like,
Okay, so that's
but like, if you
completely
start talking
fine.
about the future before you even know someone's past or ask the past questions, I feel like you're gonna scare a guy off, or vice versa, or a guy will scare a woman off. Like, where do you see yourself
She's like,
in 10
that
years?
was you mean that would scare
do you see yourself with me in 10 years?
Well, that would scare you.
You want
off.
kids? How many kids are we gonna have? Do you want 4?
I didn't say anything about
2
our
boys, 2
future.
girls.
What
But
are
you-
we gonna name our kids? Oh my
We're
god, what
talking
the heck?
first date stuff, right? So if you don't even ask what the past first, or like
But
what
I
they
think
are
that's-
doing now,
I
like
think
if you
that's
start
the
like
difference
talk on the
between-
future first, like they're like, this bitch thinks we're.
I think
we're
that's the
getting
difference
married.
between
Like-
what I want to attract in a person and what you want to attract in a person. Because I'll be in places where I'll just hear somebody having a deep conversation and I'll just be like, wow, like
Or
Like, this
how
is a
about
conversation-
everyone's own
or-
conversations flows where it's supposed to go.
That's
and
what
you
I'm
can't
saying,
really
when
give
you're
actual rules on where it's going to go.
No,
And with each
that's what I
person
just
is
said.
different.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna attract the guy that wants to talk about quantum physics, energy, frequencies.
I
gifts.
love that.
Like I'm gonna, because that's what I'm seeking, that conversation. I really don't want to know what happened today or like in his past is gonna come up later on, because I'm not trying to take the conversation into like a low frequency, because a lot of times our traumas can kind of bring people down.
Right.
But like I'm saying, like I'm just in a different, I'm looking for somebody different. Like I want to go to a dinner with somebody that's going to be like, yeah, this is how I only write with this kind of people. Like my mentality is, you know, I'm about frequencies. I'm about my ancestral healing. Like I'm here to evolve world consciousness. That's a conversation I want to have on a date.
Where are those guys at?
Oh, they exist.
Where?
But you have to be operating and seeking it.
No, I am.
You're not seeking it because you just told me right now you can't do that on a first date. So guess what?
I said
You're
it's
not
gonna
gonna
scare a guy
attract-
off.
It doesn't. It doesn't, babe.
If you go on a date with the first date with a woman, I'm asking you, and she goes, where do you see us in 10 years?
I didn't say us. I was saying somebody who has dreams in their life.
What do you mean doing in 5 years? If you haven't got to know somebody yet, like I feel like it's
Yeah.
awkward to ask somebody their future if you don't know like where they're
I'm
stemming
not
from.
asking their future. I'm saying, what do they dream of? What do you dream of? I dream of world transformation.
I dream of you
healing
paying
the
my
world.
bills and taking me to Bora Bora.
So see, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Let's have babies.
We're attracting two different men.
By the way, where
That's
do you
why
come
I
from?
meet men who want to talk about
Where do you come from, by the
evolving
way?
and
Where do you
healing the
from?
world and
Actually,
hugging
when's
trees.
your birthday? What sign are you?
And she's talking to men about money. Get it? Like, we're attracting two different types of people.
No, I always date broke men. I'm just trying to manifest it through this podcast. I'm trying to do the polar opposite of what I normally do. Ladies.
That was good. No, but you know what?
I'm
That's-
honest.
No, it's true. Act as if in order to manifest it. That's very true.
I'll never forget the time I asked you I need a sign for closure. We're not going to repeat that on this podcast, but we were laughing back in the dressing room. I was like, I need it. A few years ago, I was like, I need a sign and this isn't working. She goes, that's your sign. And I was like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that's
was
a
a big
sign.
sign. God was like, what are the signs
I was
you
like,
need?
that was a sign.
What time are we at, Mio? Okay, so we have so far red flags are,
Talking about your ex.
what was the first one though?
It was like mentioning an ex.
Oh, talking about your ex
yes.
or other men and women on a date. And don't play the little games trying to make people jealous. That's so childish. Like, I see
Don't
right
be on
through
your
it.
phone.
Don't be on your phone.
Don't talk about how
Dirty
much money you have, by
shoes.
the way. Don't talk about what you have and what you don't have. I hate when men are like,
Don't
"Oh,
be
yo,
wasted."
I have this. Like, don't
Don't be arrogant.
don't be arrogant. Like, if you have people who have nice things, don't
Right.
talk about it. Like,
Correct.
Don't be.
And don't be a drunk mess. Don't take Xannies. Yeah, like keep your drinking limited so that you can remember and not black out.
Too much of anything is not a good thing.
Definitely. And I would definitely say,
Fuck on the first date.
You know, we were talking about like honestly,
She said, I definitely say, she said, fuck on the first date.
oh yeah. So you can fuck on the first date or not fuck on the first date. And I would say for a first date, even before going to first date, like to women and men is stay true to what's authentic for you.
Feels good.
Correct.
To you.
And because to me, there is no right or wrong. You want to
Absolutely not.
If I
Yeah, I
genuinely
agree.
meet somebody, and let's just say I have this, there is this drawing feeling to me that I need, like I need you inside me in the first date, I'll do it. If it feels in alignment with what I'm feeling, then I'll do it. There's no right or wrong. I'm just saying for where I'm at, that's just not where my truth is at the moment. You know what I mean?
No,
so
I feel
what other
you.
people want to do, like, I don't care what people want to do. If people want to stay celibate till they're married, like, just everyone, I would tell people, like, I have no judgment. As long as you're in alignment with what feels good in your own heart and soul, shit, do it. It's when I hear somebody being like, oh my God, this happened. And I'll be like, well, why'd you do that then? Well, because this is what I thought. So, like, I don't have a judgment about what happened, but I want to support you to not do something that wasn't in alignment
And take
with what
responsibility for your own actions.
What feels good within you.
And don't go like giving your body away and doing
because you're
like,
trying to get love. You're not
Yeah.
gonna get love by fucking anybody.
yeah. That was
Telling
not-
you right now.
Absolutely not. Like
Not-
I was
you
like,
cannot
that was
manipulate
not
a man
my
with sex.
advice at all.
Nothing,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Like
I think that's the
you
thing.
cannot
I
fuck the
I
pain
wish I
away.
knew
I was
that.
saying
Yeah.
if you're healthy and happy inside,
Do
and
it.
you're single and you're
Oh, yeah.
vibing with somebody, I think is totally healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's best
Yeah.
to, if you are mentally healthy and in a good spot, to give your body, but you know what you're giving away, and you're vibing with somebody.
I
have
think it's
sex.
you're not giving it away. You're interacting in a playful
sharing your
activity,
body. I think it's-
and
I
you're
think it's a-
having
I
a
think it's
beautiful
like a-
moment of fucking.
I think it's like
ecstasy.
a palace. It's like,
Like,
yeah,
take it.
but you're
Like, be like,
sharing
you know
it.
what? I'm having a motherfucking moment of ecstasy, and I love it.
I've
Get it?
only done that 3 or
There's-
4
there's
times
no, like,
in my
you're not taking
entire
anything
life.
from anybody. Like, we're like everyone's actively
And
involved.
I've always talked to the guys after, and they treat me even better after we had hooked up on the first
Shit.
week.
Hook
or the
up with me
first
tonight. I'll
day.
treat you real good tomorrow, girl. Girl. What I said. Girl.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yes.
The kids, they don't understand.
Okay, so we are going to take a moment out to give a shout out to our sponsors. One of our sponsors is Belle Route, right? Route? Belle Route, which is a beautiful road. And thank you to Kid Inc. and his beautiful wife, Asia, for allowing us to be a part of his brand new champagne line. Make sure you guys go. There's the website. Click on it. We're going to have it down in the bio as well. Go support. And this champagne is yummy. Don't miss out.
Try it.
And also, we are going to give a shout out to my favorite eyelash line who supplies all of my eyelashes, which is Tameless Me. As you see on the screen right now, we have one of my favorite eyelashes. The link is now there as well, man. Go grab your women a pair of lashes. Women love lashes. They love to feel sexy, little razzle dazzle, little sexify, little juiciness to
looks so good.
to get some nectars going on between those legs. Thank you to both of our sponsors. We have space for 2 more sponsors in our podcast. Please make sure you DM me at Unleash Your Sexy or wherever you're at, my YouTube, Instagram. You guys, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And you guys, I am on my way to hit 1 million followers on YouTube.
Congratulations.
So make sure you guys go and press subscribe. It's really important. And
Awesome.
and hit the notification button so you'll know when I go live on Wednesday. Because sometimes we're a little late. Or maybe sometimes I'm a lot of late. We love you guys.